Art school is a scam, kind of. Now, often I'm asked by friends and family about, hey, my kid is into art. Should they go to art school? Send them to YouTube University. Sign up for a online course somewhere. And then and only then, after you put in the work on YouTube, then decide on art school. I wish there was somebody around me at that time to advise me about which school to pick, what should I be looking for in the school, and I may have made a better decision because I'm thinking I wanted to go do, entertainment type animation, cartoons, movies, things of that nature. But I pick an art school that's in the middle of Texas, whose main focus is industrial animation, which I will add though, the first half, they fool you into thinking, you're gonna be doing cartoons. Then bam, you get to that 3D and say, hey man, get to making that drill bit. It's like, yo, the artist dude was really diabolical. I mean, the signs were right on the wall, but I don't know what I was thinking because the head of the animation department for the school was a photographer. I mean, what clearer sign did I not see? But they talked a good game in the beginning, and they really pumped us up and thinking that, yeah, we gonna be competition when we leave up out of here, man. Them boys at Cal Arts better watch out, because the Art Institute of Houston students are coming. And one of my friends from college, he ended up working at the same job with me. Now he's off doing games and whatnot and stuff like that. And we used to joke about how we never did a thesis. Like any art school, there's all these thesis animations you work on your whole time there. We didn't. You just, every 11 weeks, it was a fast school, got through a 4-year degree in 3 years. So every 11 weeks, we was switching up to something new. And it's like, yo, we were bamboozled. The teachers were not seasoned, as they would say. I mean, yes, they had talents and skills, but our first teacher, he had been in school almost 20 years, I believe, at that point. And like, oh, he hasn't really been, he had a little time in the industry. So to us, that was like, he's practically from the industry. But when you think about it, when you step back and look at it, it's like, nah, not really. He only did like 6 months. But cool guy, learned a lot from him. And then our other teachers that was in 3D, we found out as we graduated that they graduated college and then they just came to teach. It's like, oh. And then the one time we got somebody, we got, I think she worked on Pirates of the Caribbean? She worked on something, but we didn't appreciate what she brought because she was bringing structure that came from like a studio. But for us, it was disruption because we were so used to just kind of just doing whatever. Like whatever. You could turn in work like whenever. It wasn't like you failed. No. Oh yeah, turn it in next week. I mean, it was impossible to not fail that class. And I guess without that pressure of failing, it kind of made us a little lax on the pressure of doing the actual work. Now, granted, there are some people that was in there who had their head down, focus on what they needed to do, and I see them out there and they doing it, they doing it real medium big, I guess. And then that teacher got laid off, and we was just not I don't know. Oh yeah, and to even get into the animation program was just so easy. I had to do a portfolio when I first got in, and when I really think about the portfolio, it was pretty easy portfolio review to get in. Most people got in. And then they just did away with the portfolio, and you want to do animation? Come on into the program. What turns out, what they was doing, even when they had the portfolio, it was like some people was coming in and they wanted to do like graphic design type art, but they was like, oh, you draw characters? Sure. You want to do animation. And a lot of people realize in the midst of doing that they don't really like doing the animation. It didn't dawn on me until about my 3rd year of my job, and I start realizing like, man, this isn't the type of art job I was talking about. I wanted to do. I want to make cartoons. I want to tell stories. I want to be more creative. And when I start looking online and seeing what everybody else was doing, I start realizing, man, you don't have it. So I said, you know what? It's time to go back to scratch. So I went on the internet and I went through YouTube. If I could pinpoint the moment when I felt a shift in like, yo, okay, you're headed now in the way you need to go, is when I found storyboardart.org. Now, this ain't no plug or no sponsorship. I am just appreciative for the free, just as it costs money on there for some things and I ain't had the money to get it, but just the free resources just changed everything for me. And because of that, that's one of the main reasons I tell people, hey, go YouTube it first. There's online courses you can pay $600-700 and you will learn way more than I ever learned with this $97,000 degree that's worth zero. But if you want to go to school, remember, research, or you'll end up going to a school and your degree will be worthless and you may not end up even getting a job in the art field. And now you just got this art degree and you're doing something completely opposite.